So the Michigan hearings did happen. They started. They
3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and it is story time live. Welcome, everyone that could be here tonight. Appreciate it. As always, you guys are the best. The only reason I can even do this, which I like to do, it's fun, it's my hobby, is because of you. So you make it all possible. I really, really appreciate. I can't say that enough. I am drinking Sapporo tonight, Sapporo premium beer. It's a Japanese beer. It's a wheat beer. I think it's a lager. Wheat beers or lagers, whatever. It's good. Always drink good beer, read good comics. I hope you guys have a nice, refreshing beverage of some sort. Makes things better. Makes better, you know, read comics or have comics read to you, have a nice beverage, you know. I don't know tell me what your beverage of choice is. I know Eric Breen's is Coke Zero. But I'd like to hear what you guys are into. It doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink. I'm not trying to, you know, suggest everyone become a drunkard, but, you know, I don't know. I like to chit chat about nonsense, as you probably have figured that out if you've been watching my show for more than 5 minutes. Let's go into the chat and see who is here tonight. Who's first? Of course, it's Melissa. Don't bet against Melissa. Eric Breen says Avis. I guess he needs to rent a car. There's probably some old timer joke in there that I don't get. Explain it to me, Eric. Dragon Ball Talk is here. He says, Howie White Mon. I don't. What? Tehillim says, what? No Super Sons or America Chavez? Thumbs down. Boo. Well, no, we've been reading Spider-Man and what's going on with my dog? Apparently, right now, she's been quiet all night. Everything's been fine. As soon as I start the stream, she got to go out. Hold on one second. Okay. So I let her out, but I'm by an open door now, so I'm freezing my butt off. Hopefully she does her business quick. Let's see. Eric says we should go on strike to heal him. We're in the middle of reading Spider-Man by Chip Siddarski and Nextman. Like, you don't just interject Super Sons in the middle of that. You should know better. Zach Richards is in the house. He says, evening all, long time no see, or at least it feels like it's been a long time. Oh wait, that's Zach Richmond. That's a different Zach. Marania's here as well. Good to see you, Marania. It does feel like a long time. Glad to be on this side of things. It's still 2020. We have less than a month of 2020. Is that weird? Tasty, tasty. Oh, Melissa's back from whatever she's does when she logs in to be first. Welcome back, Melissa. Looks like I was able to reboot my computer tonight and be on time for the stream, so that's a good thing. Melissa says, I got my son a DBZ Return of Cooler Meta Cooler Figure Funko Pops DBZ Bus Fury and Dragon Ball GT Transformation Double Feature Game Boy, Game Pokemon Blue, and HeroClix and Batman figures. Whew, that's a mouthful. I'm proud of myself for making it through that. Sounds like your son is a lucky guy. He's going to get a bunch of cool shit. I wish I got some cool shit. Let's see. Oh, there's more. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, Joker, and Batman Beyond Joker game figures. Whew. Keeps going. Dragon Ball says, here for a story. No Muzak. I never play Muzak. I never played Muzak before. So I guess you're in luck in there. I'm True Skills here. Says, I finally caught Ash. You can never catch me. I'm elusive. I'm uncatchable. Welcome. Dragon Ball says, no political BS. Well, you're on the wrong channel, buddy. We're in the middle of the United States of America being taken over with a soft coup. And if anyone is witnessing that and wants to shut up about politics, well, shame on you, unless you're outside of America. But even if you're outside of America, a little bit of shame, because, man, if America goes down, who's going to be around to bail out, then the next time the world needs bailed out? Not China. Not China. Not Russia. They're not going to. No. So, and I know most of the world right now is pulling for us anyway. They know we're in a bad time. Oh. Now my dog's whining. Why are you whining, girl? I gave you a treat. I think I'm disturbing her while she's trying to eat. I'm going to close the door. I don't know. I think she misses the puppers. I was dog sitting puppies for about a week. And she's getting kind of old, so she doesn't have that puppy energy, So she's kind of like she was like a grouch. She's kind of like me when I'm around Jimmy. When, Jimmy gets a little enthusiastic with all his youth, and I'm like the old dog who's like, "Urgh." That's what my dog was like. But towards the later half of the week, she started warming up to him and liking him. I think maybe she's getting kind of antsy. She doesn't know where to go. This is really kind of weird. Let's see. Sorry for the distraction. It's really you can hear her, right? I don't know what is going on. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me a second, please. All right. Thanks for indulging me. I'm back, hopefully for the final time. I think maybe because I gave her a treat, but then I think she had to go, and I'd let her out, but she had the treat in her mouth when she came back, so I think she was distracted. I don't know. You don't care about my dog. Let's see. Gotta scroll. Where was I? Gotta scroll way up. All right. Rania says Breen is a genius, an evil genius, but that's beside the point. Yes, he is. He's my nemesis. Okay. Zach says, ideally, my drink of choice is a ghetto mocha. But alas, I'm out of both coffee and hot mocha cocoa mix. Gross, dude. Man, speaking of ghetto mocha, though, I don't know if you guys have AM PMs in your area. AM PM is kind of like a 7-Eleven for those of you who don't have them. Don't know what they are. It's like a 7-Eleven. So they got this thing, man. Like I find myself going to AM/PM all the time now. They got this app. Like everyone's got an app nowadays. But I downloaded it a couple weeks ago because I was there because they were. If you had the app, you got 49-cent fountain drinks. And I was like, 49 cents? Like, yeah, sign me up. I'll sign up on an app and get me 49-cent drinks. But they have this thing where every time you go to the AM/PM, you can log in, and then they give you 3 scratchers. They're like virtual scratchers, but they're on your phone, and you just pretend you scratch them. But man, you win shit all the time. Now it's not big shit, but you get stuff like free coffee, free donuts, free soft drinks, whatever. So, man, I'm just getting a ton of stuff. So I was there today. I got free cookies. And you can redeem 4 prizes at a time. So I got free cookies. They were giving away just as a deal, not even a win thing. They were giving away a free Rockstar drink. So I got a free Rockstar energy drink, free cookies. They had a deal on the Monster coffee. I don't know if you've ever had Monster Java. That's what I was going to get at. So I got mocha, Monster Java, Loco Mocha, I think is what it's called. And then it was 2 for $4. So I got that, and I got the Swiss chocolate. So I got chocolate coffee. See how I tied that together sort of around? But man, I have tons of free shit at AM/PM. So who knew? Let's see. Ed says, I left Comic Division stream to be here. Do not disappoint. Oh, shit. I've been already I'm behind the 8 ball. I better build up some steam. I need to get more alcohol in my system to loosen up and get with the program. Ronnie says, I have both, Zach, and will gladly share. Huh? What? I don't know. Eric says Avis was second to Hertz back in the day. I remember Avis being number 1. But maybe I was wrong. I was just a kid. Who knows? OJ running through the airport back in the Hertz days. My favorite non-alcoholic beverage is chocolate coffee. Hey, we were just talking about that. My favorite alcoholic is either a Frosty with Amaretto. Don't know what that is. A Frosty, like a Wendy's Frosty. You put Amaretto in it. That's interesting. I could see doing that. I could see doing a Wendy's Frosty with a little bit of vodka and some Baileys and make yourself a Wendy's mudslide. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of ghetto, but it sounds kind of rad at the same time. She says, or orange juice with either Amaretto or slow gin. Yeah, I guess Rania likes the Amaretto. You ever had an Amaretto Sour, Rania? That's one of the few things I like Amaretto with. When I used to have a bar, I'd stock Amaretto just so I can make Amaretto Sours. They're pretty tasty. They're super easy to make. Super easy. And it's all in the Amaretto, or it's all in the sour mix. If you have a really good sour mix, either make your own or just buy a quality one. It's pretty much Amaretto and sour mix on ice. It's delicious. Let's see. Melissa says it's great to be back. It's great to have you back. Zach says, if I'm talking about alcohol, rum and Dr. Pepper is the way to go. I'm a rum and Coke guy myself. Whaler's vanilla rum with Coke. Try it sometime. Melissa says he's an avid toy collector, talking about her son. Ash, I recommended you to a friend of mine. Very nice. Thank you, Melissa. Hopefully I live up to the recommendation. I am True Skill says, Ash, what you think of King in Black? I haven't read it. And I don't know. I think that it's got way too many comics. It's like over 50 comics so far that are announced. There certainly will be more. It's going to be about the size, almost the size of War of the Realms was 79 comics. King in Black is approaching that. It's over 50. Jimmy's in the house. He says, "Hey." That's my Jimmy impression. I don't really know how he says "hey," but I have to make it up. Dragon Ball says, "I don't see no books, bruh." You're right. You don't see no books. I don't see no super chats, bruh. I don't have super chats. but it sounded like it was a fun thing to say at the time. Well, let's see. Sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to get my stuff going so I can even show books. I don't know why. Why is it not showing the books? Go back. There we go. All right. There. So now look, there's comics specifically for you, Dragon, because you wanted to see some comics. Now you can see some books. Melissa says, I love my country, and I'm a conservative Republican, and I support Trump. And if communist cheater Biden wins, it will be darkness and despair and hopelessness. I'm a conservative libertarian, and I think the Republicans are in league with the Democrats, and I urge everyone who's true conservative to ditch the Republicans and really vote in the primaries. The general election is the choice that you're given. The primaries are super important because that's who you get to choose who the nominee is. The reason Trump is president is because of the primaries. Imagine if we'd have got like Jeb Bush or something. You'd be like, oh yeah, like this is why we've had problems before. We had Romney and McCain and stuff. It's just because people don't vote in the primaries. And after this election, whether Trump pulls it out or not, I don't think we're going to have, we're not going to have Trump in 2024 going forward. Who's going to be? We're going to just replace him with another rhino. And it's going to go back to the same old thing. Because look, George Bush was just as every bit as corrupt as Joe Biden. And they're all the same. McCain, I think McCain's a traitor to the country. They're all bad. And we're being played against each other to be like, oh, I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat. It's my team versus your team. No, it's not. They're all the same. They're playing us. So think about that. And it doesn't mean you should just abandon. Like I used to be the independent. Like I wouldn't register Republican or Democrat because I was just big anti against that until someone pointed out to me the whole primary process. And they're like, Ash, you got to register because whether or not you're going to vote a Republican, that's fine. But you at least should want to vote for who the Republicans nominate. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I registered Republican and tried to vote for Ron Paul back in the day. And then the second time Ron Paul ran, I actually became a delegate. I learned about how you can run to be a delegate in your district, which is usually just like a neighborhood, a couple of neighborhoods or whatever. And I ran unopposed and I won because I ran unopposed. And I became a delegate. And that was a really eye-opening, interesting process. And so, obviously Ron Paul didn't win. It was Romney that year because the Republicans cheated the election just like the Democrats do. They're the same. They're two sides of the same coin. So just be aware of that. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, read Failing's Covenant comics. That sounds like something that could possibly make it on the list. I do have a couple of things in the pipeline, so that probably won't be in the near future, but that's a very good suggestion. I like that suggestion, and I would very much like to do some of those eventually. Jimmy says, don't forget to hit the like button. Please, if you do like anything about what I'm doing, please hit the like. If you hate what I'm doing, you can hit the dislike button as well. You can share on Twitter, social media that I'm even doing a stream. If you have anyone that likes comics or likes talking shit about comics or whatever, just hanging out like we do, maybe share it. Who knows? Zach says, you'll be proud. I started reading Firepower and I love it so far. Yeah, boy! Yes, I am proud of you, Zach. And I hope to see you on Monday with Skip and myself. Firepower is super fun. I think Jimmy will agree. He likes Firepower too. Ed says, with content like this, you'll be at 1,000 subs in no time. If by no time you mean at no time will I ever be at 1,000 subs. Oh, man. Dragon Ball says, start playing games live and narrating the action. This isn't a video game channel, but the Dragon, I appreciate that you like to come and listen to me. I'm not a video game channel. Although I am thinking about doing a video game mini series. Because there's a game that I have that I've been wanting to play forever, but like many of the comics I read, I don't make time for it because I have other things that I'm doing, and I keep seeing it, and I'm like, oh, I really want to play that, and it's the Batman Telltale series. Those of you, for those of you who don't know really much about video games, Telltale is a video company. They're now defunct, but they made it big by doing the Walking Dead video game, which is better than the TV show. I attest. It astounded me. And it's basically an adventure game. Some people don't even really call it a game because it's like a narrative thing. You're basically making choices. But that's why I think it would be really good for a stream, because it would play off like a story. And you watch, I'd play the game, obviously, and everyone get to watch in, listen, see, and a story would play out based on the choices I made. And there's two of them. There's Batman and then The Enemy Within. There's even a comic series that got released that occurs in between the two games to like connect them together. So I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to like somehow do for the channel, play those games. So I have been thinking about that, but that's only because it's comic related. And because it tells a story, but we'll see. Eric says there's a huge difference between Democrats and Republicans. Democrats are running toward socialism. Republicans are briskly walking. Yeah. The Republican Party is so infiltrated with leftists that, I mean, they're just leftists of a different party. And it sucks because this is exactly what happened in Germany back in the 30s. You had the Antifa party and you had the Nazi party, and they were both far left parties. They're against each other, but they're still hard left. And the Republicans and the Democrats kind of remind me of that. It's like, like fighting for how much, they can destroy the country together. Like, let's see. Dragon Ball says, I beat the Fables Werewolf Telltale. Well, that's another one I want to play. I have not all. I have most of the Telltale games. The Walking Dead was really good, which I haven't played the sequels. I need to play those. I got the Batmans. I got the Game of Thrones one. I really want to play the Game of Thrones. It's just, I have other things that I do, and every time I want to sit down and like play video games, I usually like want to actually play a video game. The Telltale games they're almost like watching a movie. Zach says, I miss the Telltale games. I recently got the complete Walking Dead series they did. Oh, dude, you're in luck, Zach. Speaking of video games, though, it's on sale right now, so I was thinking about buying it. There's a game that I've been wanting to play for a while now, since it came out. It's called A Way Out, and it's a cooperative game. It needs two people to play it, and you play prisoners who have to like break out of prison and then go on the run. And you're two characters. One person plays, each character, and you work together. And you only need one copy of the game, which I think is awesome. Because most of the time in games, you're like, oh, you got to buy it, I got to buy it. Like, one person buys it, the other person doesn't need to buy it. And I was like, oh, I'd love to do this, but I don't have anyone that'll play it with me. So if there's anyone listening that thinks they'd want to play that, probably be on Xbox. Maybe give me a shout. Like, I'd like to do that. Skip, I don't know if is Skip in the house? I thought I saw him earlier. Did I skip over Skip? Yeah, I did. I got to scroll up. Sorry, Skip. I missed you. He says, yo, sweet tea. I don't know how I skipped. Sometimes the scroll bar goes all the way down to the bottom. Then I scroll back up. And then I don't scroll high enough when I skip people. I apologize. Let's see. I am True Skills. Ash, did you play Fortnite when they had the Marvel event? No. Fortnite's really not my cup of tea. I don't really like the whole what is it, the battle royale thing. It's okay. What I don't like about Fortnite is the building. So Fortnite originally, for those of you who don't know, Fortnite originally started off as a completely different game, which I was super excited about, and I was ready to jump on and buy it. It was a 4-player co-op game where you and your buddies would play characters or whatever, and you're in a world, and during the day, you had to go and harvest resources in the town and the land around. And then during the night, the zombies would come and you have to defend. So you'd harvest the resources and then build a fort to defend at night. Get Fortnite. And I was like, yeah, cool. It's a really cool looking game. And it came out and it kind of got middling reviews. People like, eh. I was like, man, that stinks. And then a couple months later, due to the popularity of, PUBG Battlegrounds. Is that what it's called? PUBG. I think it's just called PUBG. Oh yeah, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I was being redundant. PUBG. The super popularity of this game, they like reinvented the game. They made their own battle royale system in their game engine, and it took off like wildfire. Now it's like the most popular game on the planet right now. And it's fine, but the building part of it is still in the game. So like when you're playing, you get in fights, and it's like people just like building structures as you're fighting. And I guess some people like that, but it annoys the shit out of me. It makes for a steep learning curve, and it makes it so players who are really good at it just dominate players who aren't. So I tried it out. My buddy's kids play it, so I did get to watch the whole Galactus thing being attacked by buses. Yay. Let's see. Zach says their Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Game of Thrones games were great too. Oh yeah, I forgot about Guardians of the Galaxy. There's another comic one that could be related. Dragon Ball says I fought Galactus. It was lame. All right, but apparently you like Fortnite. Can't be that lame. I remember back in the day in Iron Man's book, he dealt a lot with Congress in terms of making weapons for the military. They even referred to current senators in the book by name. I hate when they do that. I hate when they put real world politicians in the book. Just make fake ones, and then you can just have your own internal politics. You don't have to try to. I hate when they try to interject real world politics into fic. Like, don't. Fables: The Wolf Among Us is a prequel to my favorite comic book Fables that's far superior to ABC's woke SJW ripoff of Fables Once Upon a Time. I didn't even know ABC was doing that because I don't watch network television, and neither should you. You should learn a lesson. Don't watch network TV. It sucks. Except for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's pretty funny. It's the only network show I'll watch. Although I haven't seen the latest season. I didn't know that the Fables video game was a prequel, though. That should light a fire on my ass. So if it's a prequel, I can play the game and not spoil the books. Eric says, I tweeted out the stream. The crowds will be rolling in any minute now. Well, Eric's got a lot of influence. Ronnie says, there you go. From politics back to comic books. Mic drop. Wait. You made a comment about politics and comics. So that's a trick, I think. Let's see. Melissa says Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and the guy who played original Magneto and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool are the only good things about the Fox X-Men films. Well, Deadpool's not a Fox X-Men film. And I disagree about the other parts. I mean, Ian McKellen, he was too old to be Magneto. I mean, he's a great actor. I like him, but he's too old. And his Magneto was just whatever. Patrick Stewart was kind of a cool cast, but they ruined it. Hugh Jackman was fine also, but they were not utilized. It was just wasted potential. So it was almost, I'd almost rather have not seen that. Let's see. All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. We're talking about Once Upon a Time still, which I don't care about. But I do care about comics. Let's see what's on sale in Comixology. It's got Best of Oni sale. Look, you can get Scott Pilgrim Volume 1 for 99 cents. Scott Pilgrim, often credited for all the grossness that we see in modern comics writing today. Scott Pilgrim. And I don't hate on Scott Pilgrim. I've always actually wanted to read the series, but the type of writing, the whole nonsense, silly Billy humor, quippy dialogue. My understanding, I've seen some good arguments how it's comes from Scott Pilgrim and how so many writers just tried to copy this formula into mainstream comics. What else does Oni have? Does Oni have anything good? Oh yeah, because Oni's. I was like, I don't think Oni does Noble, but that's right, they merged with Lion Forge. So, wow. Look, you can get all the Scott Pilgrims for super cheap. Jeez. If you're a Scott Pilgrim fan, you probably already have them, so I guess that's no big deal. And then the rest is Lion Forge books. That no one cares about. All right, moving along. Spider-Girl sale. Yeah, Spider-Girl can suck it. You know me. I hate legacy characters. Am I right to heal them? Or am I right? Let's see. What else? Batman Catwoman sale. Get your Batman Catwoman here. We already talked about these. Oh, Silver Surfer sale. Let's take a look. Might have to get me. Oh, look, you get the whole Silver Surfer Black for $2.54. That's a deal. That's a good book. I know people rag on the art. Fine, I get it, but the story is good. It's worth it. What else? Look at all these. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna add this to my cart. Parable. This is one of the greatest Silver Surfer stories I've ever read. It's just a 2-part. Here's the original books you can see down here. It wasn't called Parable originally. They when they put them together, they called it Parable. I think this cover's kind of wasted. It's all black. Like, especially when the cover of number 1 is so iconic. Look at this. Silver Surfer flying in Galactus's face. It's just a 2-issue limited series. Oh, wait. They're 84 cents a piece or $2.54 for the collected trade. What it costs more to buy the trade. That's not how it's supposed to work. 130. Why is it 136 pages? Why is it 100? I know these books are not that big. This is only 18 pages. And this one's 30. Why is that? That's not 18 pages. 35 pages. Huh. I'm torn now. I wonder what sort of extra stuff is in this thing. I'll do some research later off the air. But this is I kind of want to get this because I have the physical comics in my collection somewhere. But this might be worth reading online because it's that good. Silver Surfer Requiem. This is a book that I read earlier on the show. I forget which episode. This was a great series by J. Michael Straczynski. Fantastic. Assad Rabiq art. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. That's a recommend too. Oh, look at all these. I guess the rest is just single issues. That's all Annihilation. Silver Surfer just gets so rare, such rare love. Yeah, just single issues of stuff. Such a good character when he's done right. But I guess every character's like that, right? When they're done right. Queen Sonia. I never understood this. Pro wrestling comic books. Like, I don't. I understand that wrestling's fake, but you kind of when you watch wrestling, you kind of push that in the back of your mind and you just pretend that what you're watching is real. But like, you can't do that when you're reading on a page. Like, it just weird. This is weird to me. But I guess this goes to what I always talk about with wrestling, with modern comics being treated like they're pro wrestling. So I imagine the scripts are pretty similar. Marvel Scarlet Witch sale, Vision and Scarlet Witch, meh. Two characters I never cared for. Bunch of Spawn stuff. Oh, look, a Marvel Stormbreaker sale. Oh, I gotta get the Stormbreakers. Stormbreakers. What a joke. Stormbreakers. Look at all these garbage books. Let's see. Is there anything worthwhile in here? Oh, look, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Stormbreakers. I wouldn't even get those for free. Dragon Ball should be out of his mind right now because he's like, I want comics. And I'm like, here you go, comics. Eric, is this the Sentry? I want to read a Sentry book. I don't know which one to read. Is the Jeff Lemire Sentry? Is this the one? Like, which, if I want to read the good Sentry story to get the character and stuff. Why is Silver Surfer on this sale? He should be in the Silver Surfer sale. Who knows? Oh, here we go. Look, you can get Venom Volume 2, Volume 3, super cheap. I recommend these. Oh, look at all the... Oh, look, X-Men Gold and Blue, and X-Men Red. Oh, I just want to buy all these. Not. Oh, here you go. House of X and Powers of X. That's a good series. Just don't expect it to be good, like, to lead into anything. All right. I'm trying to find stuff to read. I want to do that parable, though, so I think I did find something. All right. There's nothing. That was it. Tonight's comic for the first part is John Byrne's Next Men. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. This has been a fun series. So, hope you've been enjoying reading that with me. We're going to be reading that just here shortly, and then we'll be getting on to Chip Zdarsky's Spectacular Spider-Man, which is not quite as good as this, in my opinion, but it's the headliner. Let's see. Ronnie says, is that the real version or the slot travesty? You're talking about the Silver Surfer. Well, Silver Surfer Black is, if that's what we're talking about, Silver Surfer Black is, what's his, Donny Cates. And it ties into all the other Donny Cates stuff. And that's one thing I love about Donny Cates is, besides him being a pretty solid writer, is that all of his stuff connects. And it feels like it matters. So even though Marvel itself as a whole isn't doing the whole continuity thing, like within Donny Cates, all of it connects. So he finds a way to connect his Thanos Wins, which is where you should start if you're going to read Donny Cates. Thanos Wins, his Silver Surfer, his Venom, and his Thor book that he's writing now. All of those, and Cosmic Ghost Rider too. All of those connect. and it works. It's cool. Kind of reminds me of old Marvel. Eric says Spider-Girl was a phenomenal series. Whoa. Ease back there, Tiger. Ease back. When you use words like phenomenal, that's things like Frank Miller's Daredevil, Chris Claremont's X-Men, Walt Simonson Thor. That's a phenomenal series. You're saying Spider-Girl is on that level? Ash is not only lacking in comics knowledge, he is sexist as well. Tisk tisk. I'm not sexist. I like Elektra. That's like the equivalent of like, I'm not racist. I have black friends. Let's see. Ronnie says, that is where the art from your Ash Wednesday video intros comes from. I wondered where the Galactus server art came from. There you go. Good keen eye, Maranya. Let's see. It's too bad, too. Silver Surfer is great when done right. It seems like you're echoing my thoughts. Melissa says, Ash Scarlet Witch is a Jack Kirby and Stan Lee creation. Yep, they don't always hit home runs, Melissa. Ash does the best America Chavez voice. I appreciate that to heal him, but honestly, I think Zach, our boy Zach, does the best America Chavez voice. I just do a cheap impersonation of what he does. And it's so good that I was like, I can't do a different voice than his. Let's see. Ronnie says, Donny Cates is Marvel's version of the Murphyverse. Kind of, except his is actual real continuity. So that's one of the differences. Dragon says, read 4 books, less political BS. I'm sorry, Dragon. I haven't had very much politics in this stream tonight. Zach says, Ash, you forgot Kelly Sue DeConnick's phenomenal run on Captain Marvel. All 7 of them. I think you just dropped a mic on Breen's head. Eric says, educating Ashy coming soon to the YouTubes. Are you going to try to educate me that Spider-Girl is a phenomenal run? Really? Come on. Next you're going to be saying America Chavez is a national treasure or something. Ay. Now it's time to get to the show before Dragon Ball comes and finds me and murders me in my sleep. He's getting antsy, so we got to deliver the goods. I'm going to start reading a book, and hopefully that quells his anger. Here we go. John Byrne's Next Men, issue 3. For many men that stumble at the threshold are well foretold that danger lurks within. Edward de Vere, 17th Earl of Oxford. Kill factor. Oh. Well. And what do we got here, Smitty? Something pale and pretty we found sneaking around outside, Ogie. From the look of her outfit, I'd say she was a guest of the county not too long ago. That right, girl? You been availing yourself of the Wyatt Coffee's hospitality? I don't understand. Well, you do have a tongue in your head. I was beginning to wonder. Please, I don't want any trouble. You don't want any trouble? Well, sweet thing, I'm afraid you come to altogether the wrong place then. What? Oh, don't get all hot and bothered, Blondie. You played nice with me and the boys, and you won't hardly get hurt at all. Fact, you might even find you like it. Stop! What are you doing? Don't play games, sweet thing. If you've been staying at the Hard Rock Cafe, I don't reckon you just dropped out of the no nunnery. Wait, you want to dance with me? Dance, ha, 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 ha. Hey, Hoagie, maybe she did just bust out of the nun shop. Yeah? Well, here's where she gets her rosary busted. No! 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 Jesus! Jesus! She tore open my face! Bitch! Goddamn bitch! I'll kill you! I'll smash your stupid face. Holy shit! Holy shit! Hoagie! She punched her hand right through his chest. How'd she do that? How'd she do that? Don't stand around asking stupid questions. Kill the bitch. Grab her. Ah! My fingers! My fingers! Hoagie's Hog Heaven. Cornered. Huh. Nothing hurts her. It's like she's some kind of witch or something. Yeah? Well, she's backed herself into a corner now. She ain't going no place. And we all know what they used to do to witches. Let's see if this bitch burns. Not so fast there, fella. Action Max. It's not possible. You couldn't have tracked me here. There you go again, Dr. Trog, disputing the evidence of your senses. And that's just exactly why you always lose. Pow. Wow. This is amazing. If we could just get in touch with this guy, Action Max, I'm sure he'd be able to help us. It's obvious he knows about reaching, even if it doesn't seem like he's actually done it himself. Okay, Danny, I got us a room. You can get some sleep before, say, what have you got there? It's a book about your world's greatest hero, Duckerman Willis Duckerman. He's someone I think we should meet. A comic book character? Where'd you find this, kid? On the floor under the seat. Is there a problem? No problem. It's just, well, arranging a meeting with Action Max might not be all that easy. He's a busy guy, as you can see. Yes, but if we go to the place he lives, this Beltway City, we could contact him in his, what is the term? Secret identity? Yeah, I guess we could. But right now, I think you should get some sleep. You've had a busy day. And unless I miss my guess, it's gonna be even busier tomorrow. Damn it, Alice. I leave you in charge for one day while I go to the seminar in Prescott. And what do I find when I come back? You've thrown the whole hospital into turmoil. You've got patients here who probably should be in jail. And look at this. This John Doe in room 4. According to your own report, you've got him pumped full of enough sedatives to tranquilize an elephant. What do you have to say for yourself? Margaret. Huh? What? My name is Margaret, not Alice. Alice was your nurse. She died 15 years ago. And you weren't in a Prescott for a seminar. That was 3 weeks ago. You didn't come in this morning, and we called your home. There was no answer. I was about to send someone to look for you when all this craziness started. What? What the hell are you talking about? You have a problem, Abe. A serious problem. This is not the first time that this has happened, and it's not going to be the last unless you get some help. No, you're just trying to confuse me, trying to put me off my guard. I run this hospital, girl. You'd well put to remember that. I do remember, Abe, and I know that you've been here since the place was nothing more than an army surplus ambulance and a Quonset hut. Half the people in this town wouldn't even be here, myself included, if it wasn't for you. And that's why it tears me up to see you like this, Abe. Please, you've got to let me help you. But I can't do anything unless you're prepared to acknowledge that there's a problem. No, there's no problem. Unless it's the one you're trying to create. I won't hear any more of this. I'm back now. If it's not from Prescott, well, that doesn't matter. I'm in charge. And I don't want the John Doe put on those damn sedatives. This is my final word on back? Abe, what are you saying? I'm saying, Doctor, that I ordered the sedative drip removed. Barbarous. Keeping that boy doped up like some kind of... Oh, no! Oh, no! Dwight, tell me it didn't happen. Tell me Bonner didn't take John off his medication. Well, yeah, Dr. Russell. Damn the man. How long ago? Right after he came in. About, an hour, I'd say. An hour? And with the speed of his metabolism seems to work. Shit. All right, Dwight. Run over to the sheriff's office and tell Wyatt Coffey what's happened. Tell him I need him over here pronto. And tell him to bring a big gun. Jack? Ah! What's going on here? Who are you? You were asking me questions. Who do you work for? Dr. Russell, are you... okay? Holy shit! Not so fast. God. You killed him! You killed him! Huh? What's going on? Oh, so shaky. Hardly stand. What's all the commotion? Oh, no! Stop! Jack, stop it! What the hell are you doing? Enemy. Drugged me. Asked questions. No, she's a doctor. She only wants to help you. Jack, stop! I order you to stop. He's frozen like some kind of statue. How did you do that? Professional secret. Are you all right? I think so. But you shouldn't be moving around. Your wounds. Save the concern, Doc. You'd be dead if I hadn't stuck my nose in. Now. Oh. Okay, Jack. You better come along with me. It looks like all our worst fears about you and your friends are true. And that means I have to get you out of here. Before anything more goes wrong. If that's even possible. No, it's all right. He's sleeping like a baby. What did Hilltop say when he called? Not surprising. All right. You know what to tell him when he calls again. Yes, we should be out of here by noon tomorrow. Right. I'll make the contact as soon as we're on the road. Huh? Ugh. Nathan! What are you doing? He's my friend. Your friend? Roger, ComCon. We'll wake him up. Sir? Mr. Vice President. A call for you on the emergency channel, sir. Oh, yes. I'll take it here. Boom! John Byrne just likes blowing shit up. Oh, man. I like this book. It's every bit as fun as I remember. I got too many things checked out. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of that. Gotta read all these things. All right, let's check the chats and see what you guys had to say during the reading. Let's see. Gotta scroll down. Breen's still talking about Spider Girl. He's got a crush on. Let's see. Ronnie says, there's 7 Zacks. This is Zach Prime, Eric. Send all of him to the corner, Ronnie. I'll consider it a favor, says Eric. Ronnie says, wow, they did those panels in the old school 4-color art style. Well, it isn't. This is a 30-year-old book, Maranya. Yeah. This was like, I think 1990, 91. I think Next Men came out. I don't know. Breen will tell me. He knows. He always knows that stuff. Let's see. Eric says, the series you mentioned or whatever comes after, phenomenal. You should check out Spider-Girl. Chip Zdarsky got some of his ideas for Life Story from this series. Don't you try to butter me up with the whole Chip Zdarsky stuff, Eric. It's Spider-Girl, so it sucks. I have deemed it so. There's no evidence of widespread Spider-Girl quality. Okay? There's no evidence, so there's no reason to investigate. Ronnie says, Byrne likes burning down the house. Nice. Or the plane. Whatever works for the story. I still have a beer, and I'm through my first comic. Holy shit. Dragon Ball hasn't talked very much. I read comics. Maybe he left. Let's see, scroll up. It says, looks like a Playboy comic. Hentai. What the hell are you talking about, Dragon Ball? I think I skipped some stuff. Well, you know, that's me. Always skipping stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. What do you guys think? You're not giving me much to go with. Got to carry the show all by myself. Is this some sort of entertainer? Eric says 1992 for Next Men, and you are too close-minded. I can't even with you. Well, at least I was only 1 year off on the book. That's pretty close. I'm too close-minded. You won't even read Daredevil, Mr. Breen. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you won't even read the best comic at Marvel, and you're trying to tell me I should read Spider-Girl. Jeez. Next you'll be telling me I should go read some Bendis Daredevil or something. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm not very witty. Well, I guess I can jump straight into the next comic since there's no chit-chat. The next book is Chip Zdarsky's Spectacular Spider-Man. And whoa, boy, is this a ride. I don't know if it's the ride that you want to ride. It's like one of those carnival rides that you're at the carnival and you're like, hey, that looks like a fun. Let's get on that thing. and then you get on it and you ride it, and then you get off and you like throw up, and you're like, I never want to do that again. If you've ever been on the carnival rides, you know what I'm talking about. Eric says, I read Daredevil 25. Gonna sell it before our speculators wake up. Yeah, but it doesn't help if you're reading like one out of every 5 issues. Like you got the story works as a whole. It doesn't work very well piecemeal. Speaking of Daredevil, I was at the comic book store today, and I went to the secondary comic store, not my primary one, the one that has the really good dollar bins. And they have a used graphic novel section that they really expanded, which I was pretty excited for. And I hadn't been there since the whole COVID thing. So it's been 6 months since I had been there. But last time I was there, they had all of the criminal books, the Ed Brubaker criminal books. And I bought the first one. They were $5 a piece. And I was like, oh yeah. So, not having ever really read Brubaker before, much as criminal, I wasn't just going to like buy them all. So I was like, I'll just buy this first one, which I still haven't read because I'm a procrastinator. And I was out and about, and I was in the area, and I was like, I should swing by that store. I got time. So I swung by the store, and I was like, man, I really hope those books, I don't know why I would think they're still there. Probably because of my comic book store that they would be, because they mark everything up so it sells at like top dollar, and so nothing moves. But this store, man, they mark everything down. It's priced to sell. And of course they were all gone. But they had 4 of the Brubaker Daredevil trade paperbacks. So I almost bought those. 3 of them were $7 and 1 of them was $8. And I was like, oh, I could walk out of here with some Brubaker Daredevil. They look good. I'm assuming they're good. Everyone tells me how great Brubaker is. I like this Captain America stuff. Not quite as much as Eric Breen seems to like it, but I do like it. I really want to get into criminal. I recently read Pulp, and I'm telling you, man, Pulp, that blew me away. That book is good. So I want to get on this Brubaker bandwagon. So unfortunately, they didn't have them. And I didn't pull the trigger on the Daredevil. Something was like, go home and sleep on it. Like, think about it. And so I don't know what options are out there. Maybe I can get them digitally for really cheap. Want to see what the prices are. And they have these omnibuses that you can get. I was collected in like 3 volumes. So I was like, ooh, those would be nice to get. So anyways, the moral of the story is I left the store with nothing. But, yeah, they had some cool stuff, and I'm looking to maybe get some more criminal stuff. Eric and not Chip. Why did I say Chip again? I messed this up before. Eric and Skip from Skip and Tosh have both been selling me on Brubaker. And Eric says, you probably won't like criminal. It's good. Oh. Well, I'm not the one who doesn't like good comics, Eric. I don't know what you're mistaking me for your pal Jimmy that you stream with all the time. I think you've been too far removed from me that you forgot who I am. I'm the one who likes all the good comics. I'm not the one who shits on Frank Miller Daredevil or Dark Knight Returns. Yeah. Ronnie says, I will agree with RDV. Chichetto is much better artist than the travesty on 24. I still haven't read issue 24. I'm a little bit behind on my Daredevil. Yeah, Chichetto he's good. My only problem with Chichetto is that he's a good illustrator, but he's not a great comic artist. And I really wish he drew like a comic artist. I hate seeing Matt Murdock run around, like Daredevil run around with a dad bod. It's not quite a dad bod. He's pretty in shape, but he's not like comic book shape, right? He draws like too realistic. It looks like you could just put like an actor in pants, and I mean, he even makes Daredevil wear cargo pants and stuff. It's just I want comic books. So that's a little bit bummer to me, but he is a good illustrator for sure. Yeah, I got to read those books because there's a big thing happening in issue 25. Speculation. There's new person as Daredevil. Got to get your books. It's going to cost you tons of money. It's not going to be worth anything. Just don't kid yourself. But they're worth reading for sure. It's the best comic at Marvel. Speaking of Chip Zdarsky and the best comic at Marvel, this is not the best comic at Marvel. But they put a really freaking fantastic artist with Chip Zdarsky before he deserved it. And I guess this is where he broke in. Like he what is it? What do you call it when you I forget the term where you I forget the term. I don't even know. We can't even describe what I'm trying to say. So let's get right into the book instead. This is Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 3. Chicago, Illinois. Arrest me? Seriously? You come to my home and threaten to arrest me? No, I mean, yes, but that was before I realized that you were Ironheart, the Iron Man who is not Doctor Doom. Thank God. I just came to talk to you about something. Nothing world-shattering, don't worry. But while I have you... Asterisk. This is no joke. Check out Infamous Iron Man, unless it eats into your Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man budget, says Chip. I know this is weird, but I've been collecting superhero signatures for a friend, son, Normie. Normie is Norman Osborn, son of Harry Osborn, who used to be the Green Goblin, who is the son of Norman Osborn, the original Green Goblin. Man, I would bet good money that Normie grows up to be a Green Goblin, says Chip. Man, Jesus, Chip. He's really trying way too hard. And I just got this new Hulk, so if you don't mind, it's Normie, not Y, if you want to personalize. Oof. No. I just got the original Captain America. Oh, sorry. Wrong. I didn't know who was talking. Rewind. Whoosh. Oof. No. I just got the original Captain America's signature. The world's greatest hero. Edit. He's really not. This takes place before Secret Empire. At least I hope it does, says Chip. Get it? He's reminding us of something... some bad event. Ugh. Look, I said you could personalize it. I'm not one of those eBay guys, if that's what you're... Oh my God. Why are you, all you adult heroes, the stupid ones? That's what we say. I blame millennials. Somehow... what's that? Hot adult tip. Tony Stark had auto locks on his knees to prevent this exact kind of terrible mishap. Thud. Look, I seriously don't want to fight you. Heroes versus heroes? It's wrong and unbelievable. You good? No, I am not good. You can't just come to my house dressed like that. It's superhero secret identity 101. I was just trying to get you away before my neighbors came out. And how do I even know you're really Spider-Man? It's him. No one screws things up quite like Spider-Man. This R2 unit has a secret message. Or has a worse sense of humor. Tony, is that you? It's not exactly. I'm Ironheart's AI, based on Tony Stark. I have all of his charm, seductive qualities, amazing intellect, and humility. I still manage to talk over the women in the room. You might consider a Captain America AI instead. Just saying. Editor's note. She really shouldn't, Chip. The reason I'm here is this. An old hack Stark phone, which I thought was unhackable until I hacked one? Yep. It was one of the first things I did when I was developing my armor. Repurposed it for my comm system. Huh. Cool. But now, crooks are running around with these. Also hacked, with new weird operating systems loaded up. Can't even trace them. But you tried to find more hacked phones? And it brought me to you, yeah. Though you may be some nutty professor still selling untraceable phones to bad guys. Hacking my Tony's phones is impressive enough, but making them untraceable? Give me a couple days with the phone, and I'll try to figure it out. I know these better than anybody. Ahem. Yes, let me shoot you my number and... Oh man, my phone's been going bonkers. What's... Can I get a lift? Text messages read from Human Torch. Where are you? Going to miss the movie. Movie missed. Lady in your apartment and she's dropped a bombshell. And where are you? You are an unamazing friend. Hello? So lame. Whee! Don't you find this embarrassing? Nope. I feel like you must know someone who can make you rocket boots or something. I am a man of the people, and the people wear tight clothes and fly in planes. Tony was right. What? Nothing. I'd offer you something to eat, but Pete only has weird frozen pizza rolls in his fridge, and his microwave seems to be broken. Aren't you the Human Torch? Can you not heat up pizza rolls? Pfft, that's like asking Thor to hammer some nails. Hello, Johnny? Are you... What the? Teresa? Hey, Pete. Sis! Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man in Sister Act. Oh, goody. I hope we get to see Whoopi Goldberg. That would be just great. Sorry, moving on. Wait, so you are brother and sister? When did... No, we used to be, though. You think it used to be weird scenarios, but... And how do you know the Human Torch? Oh, we met on a website for lonely superheroes who want friendships with normal guys like me, a normal guy. Relax, Pete. I know you're Spider-Man. You remembered? Whoa, wait a second here, siblings / non-siblings. What's going on? You want to do the honors? I guess someone should. Teresa is a CIA agent. And so were my parents, Richard and Mary Parker. I didn't know this until years after their deaths, but yeah, Parker super spies. Oh, for fucking crying out loud. Were they super spies with freaking Invisible Woman too? Is this everybody who's part of the Marvel Universe who's like a sub-character, a super spy? Actually, oh, they were super spies the whole time. Sorry. I got triggered. Turns out they had sealed a ton of Nazi gold in a tomb protected by a killer robot. And the only way to gain access to it, editor note, see the Amazing Spider-Man Family Business original graphic novel. No, thank you. Was through Richard's biometric readings, which made the closest thing me. And the second closest thing, the sister I never knew that I had. Targets. Oh, for the love of... I'm Spider-Man. I'm the relatable superhero with relatable problems. Just ask my long-lost sister from my super spy parents with Nazi... Hey, I wanted you to know. Anyway. One of the guys after that gold was Kingpin. He tracked us to the tomb and discovered I was Spider-Man. But worse, it turned out Kingpin had been using Metallo's mental powers to trick Teresa into thinking she was my sister in order to lead me to the tomb. Even made her look more like me to me. The entire thing, Teresa's memories of my parents, plucked from my memories. It was all a lie. Also, I fought a killer Nazi robot all by myself and beat it. It's not relevant to the story, but I feel like you needed to know this. Johnny? Where? Sorry, you were boring me. Anyway, Mentallo fought back against Kingpin and mind blasted all of us. The result being that Kingpin and Teresa both forgot that I was Spider-Man. Until now. How did you... I think Mentallo just submerged the memory, so whenever I would see both you and Spider-Man in the news, my brain just put pieces together. Huh. Man, I hope Kingpin doesn't have the same thing. So, I appreciate a visit from my favorite non-sister, but something tells me there's more to this visit than catching up on Nazi gold adventures. After what happened, I left the CIA, needed a fresh start, so I joined a SHIELD offshoot called the Grey Blade. Sorry, I had to process that for a second. This is stupid. They operated independently of SHIELD, performing international hostage rescues and intelligence gathering that needs to be off the books. It felt good, important, until I discovered something. Project Twilight. An exhaustive secret plan to take down both supervillains and superheroes. Comprehensive, terrifying, off the books. I went to my superior about it, but he just dismissed my concerns. I deleted the plan from the Grey Blade system and took the files to SHIELD proper and showed a friend, but by that time the order went out. I was to be shot on sight. Just knowing about the info put me in danger. I got away and managed to smuggle out the files, the proof of their deep surveillance. But now, I'm a fugitive. Hoo boy. Okay, let's one step at a time. Where is this data? It's inside me. Oh my God. I do not want to know. I want to know. It's in my bloodstream. The only way to get the data out of SHIELD was through a new process that they've been developing, turning the data into nanofluids and injecting them. Okay, that's gross and weird. I came to you because SHIELD and the Grey Blade don't know about our connection. I ran, but I don't know where I should run to now. Sorry, I've been on the run for days, no sleep. I just need to... Hey, it's okay. You need some rest. You're safe here. We'll pick this up later. Just grab some sleep. Thanks, bro. Hey, man, let's get some air for a second. What's going on? Why are you all spideyed up? I need to go take care of something. Can you hang out here and look after Teresa for a couple hours? What? You're skipping out on your sister? I thought you were all about responsibility, you know, that saying you have a tattoo on your lower back. She's asleep. Nobody knows she's here. She's being protected by a B-list superhero, aka you. So where are you going then? If it's a normal life thing, I just need a breather, okay? Thwip. SHIELD, Iron Girl, and Weird Phones will still be here in 2 hours. I'll be back, promise. Thanks, pal. Oh, sure. Break our movie date and then leave me to babysit your sister, jerk. Thwip. What's so important? Hey, Rebecca. Are you fucking kidding me? What's so important is date. Hope you weren't waiting. Are you kidding me? He's wearing a fucking... So stupid. Hope you weren't waiting long. 100% worth it for this majestic image. Don't own any pants? I was going to hit yoga right after this. Let me grab a coffee. Just drink it in, guys. Drink it in while I take a drink. I need a lot more beer for this comic book. 1 decaf latte for here, please. $6. $6? I've literally saved all of New York. Yeah, same here. I used to be in the New Warriors. $6. This city, man. What's so funny? Oh, I'm just doing my due diligence for our coffee date. Turns out you're a bit of a public menace. Collateral damage. When will the city outlaw bad heroics and their senseless property damage? At www.threatsandmenaces.com. What? Threats and menaces? The real news from Jonah Jameson? Wow. It's just a blog. I thought you'd laugh. Ugh. I have too much history with that guy. Every time I think we're good, he does stuff like this. Well, cheer up. You're on the town with a very attractive and funny woman who will go on coffee dates with men in red masks with anime eyes. With anime eyes? This is cringe. The idea of going on a date in your fucking superhero costume like this is stupid. You're right. And sorry about the costume. Whenever I reveal my identity to people, it just puts them in harm's way. Sucks to have superpowered enemies. So, wait a sec. You legitimately think that I'd be in more danger if it was just the two of us as people in public rather than me sitting here with Spider-Man? An actual beacon for bad guys? That is a very good point. Who's talking? The girl. Okay, sorry. Look, maybe you need a third identity. Date man. A special costume that you wear for dates. Your power can be that you're the only decent single guy in New York. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. I'm cringing. Wait, you are single, yeah? My only news source is threatsandmenaces.com, which says you must be single. What? Of course. I mean, I date. I go on dates. You don't look this good and not get asked out. You must know what I mean. Ooh, a charmer. Like I said the other day, you're the first person I've even really met in New York. Back home, Toronto, there was a guy, but supervillain? Man-child. The man-child sounds terrifying, says the man-child. What is he chewing on a carrot? What the hell? I told you, easy on the foam. Thwip. I'm sorry, sir. I'll just make you a new one. So you can fuck it up again? I'm already late, you. Hey! Come on, guy. No need to get up in his grill. It's just a very expensive coffee. What the hell is this? You ruined my jacket. Pfft. My webbing dissolves after an hour. This is suede. It will leave a mark on suede. Sorry. Unbelievable. You owe me $400 for a new jacket. Look, I'm sorry, but you can at least point to the stain and tell your equally obnoxious pals that time you stood up to Spider. Wait. Are you eating outside food? Spider-Man brought in outside food. He's the menace here. Sir, you can't do that. It's just carrots. I'm not doing wheat these days. Look, I paid $6 for a coffee. Are you okay? You seem... I'm fine. Just a little hot in here. I don't know why it's so hot. You're supposed to be looking after... Whoa. Is there a law against enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee and a muffin brought from the establishment? And I called in Karnak to be your babysitter. Hi, name's Johnny Storm. aka the Human Torch. I'm allowed to be in public without a mask, so if you'd like my number... Hey, you owe me. Why, sweet Galactus, why? That's what we're all saying. We're all Spider-Man right now at this moment, saying, why, sweet Galactus, why? Bzz, bzz, bzz. Sweatman? Sounds like your prearranged call to get you out of this date is happening. I am so sorry about all of this. It's okay. My stand-up special, My Date with Spider-Man, is coming along nicely. Bzz, bzz. Hello? Spider-Man. Oh, it's Ironheart. Spider-Man? It's me, Ironheart. Still so weird to call myself that. It's like saying your D&D character name out loud in a business meeting, you know? I've been working on this mystery phone. It's pretty crazy how sophisticated the work is on it. Completely untraceable. That's so stupid. Phones aren't traced because of the phone. Phones are traced because of the network that the phone accesses. But I don't expect comic book writers to really understand that, which is why you shouldn't try to write super geniuses like Riri Williams. Anyways, move along. So that's it then? Criminals are just going to run around with untraceable phones on some mystery untraceable network? Well, the phone is untraceable, but the environment it's been in are traceable. I scanned every piece of it in the lower layer of the particulars, like the center rings of a tree, narrow us down to roughly a square block in lower East Manhattan. Then I cross-referenced that with known jerks. And a few names came up. Most are just low-level baddies. But there's one guy on the list who, from what I know of him, would have the resources to start something like this. You aren't going to like it, but you may want to pay a visit to Wilson Fisk, the kingpin of crime. Spider-Man? I really don't. And that is the end of issue 3. Whew. The book feels a lot longer than it is. Oh, man. It's a bit of a chore to get through. Let's get to the chat. I don't remember where I left off. I should probably mark that. Hey, RDV's here. I just got to go back to where before RDV came in. Let's see. Spidey dissing Civil War and Civil War 2? How dare he? RDV says, RDV was right. See, if you just read Spider-Man, RDV will show up. Real Captain America is locked up and replaced by a Cosmic Cube clone. That is true, Melissa. Real Peter Parker died in Doc Ock's body. I don't know about that. Clone of Peter Parker's mind in his old body made by Doc Ock. Real Peter Parker died in I think the real Peter Parker is running around as Ben Reilly. That's my take. Peter's non-existent sister made by SJW Marvel, says Melissa. RDV says, I told you, Ash, laughing my ass off. Super spies. Man, you know, it's pretty messed up. If you can make RDV not like a Spider-Man story, you know you done fucked up. Like, RDV is predisposed to like Spider-Man stories. You don't have to do that great of a job. You just sort of need to, it's like you're making a fast food burger. You just need to get the patty on the bun, Get the ketchup, the mustard, the pickle somewhere on the burger. It doesn't have to be centered. At least if it's all in there, whatever. You just slop it together. It'll work. RDV says, Eric, I can believe it. The Daredevil part makes more sense after you see this Spider-Man garbage. Oh, wait, I skipped something. Eric says, hard to believe that this is the same guy that wrote Life Story and writes Daredevil. Then RDV's response doesn't make sense. You can believe the Daredevil part makes more sense after you see this Spider-Man girl. I don't get it, RDV. I don't know what you're saying. Eric says Daredevil may be a tad overrated, Vank, but this is pure trash. Hush you. Daredevil is not overrated. Mr. Spider-Girl is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I wouldn't even say Daredevil's phenomenal, and I bet it's better than Spider-Girl. Ronnie says, there is not enough alcohol to erase this image from my mind. RDV says, I thought Sour Capes was a group event. Oh, wait, this bad comic is a group event. Let's see. Melissa says, I miss Peter and MJ. RDV says MJ is back in the current Amazing Spider-Man book. Eric says, I'm out. If I have to endure any more of this, I may start drinking again. Good night, kids. Just kidding about the drinking. You're out. We're just about wrapping up here. You're taking off right before the end. Karen's in the cafe show. RDV says, why can't it just be the end of it all? Kingpin is not fat. He's really all muscle. No, he's not. He's not. Muscle doesn't shape that way. If he was all muscle, he'd look like the Hulk. Kingpin is fat. But he does have a lot of muscle. Kingpin is like fat the way like pro wrestlers were fat, right? Like old. Do they even have fat pro wrestlers anymore? Like all the pro wrestlers these days are all like slim and trim. But if you remember like some of the old school, like from the 80s pro wrestlers, a lot of them they had a big belly, but they were strong, That's kind of how I think of Kingpin. Teelam says, RDV, read some Black Badge by Matt Kent. Why are you telling him to read it? Why not you telling me to read it? Probably because I won't read it. But I do like Matt Kent, so I don't know much about Black Badge. Melissa says, he's morbidly obese and muscled. RDV says, Spider-Man mistook Kingpin for being fat and nearly broke his hand punching Kingpin. What? Who wrote that stupid book? Broke his hand punching Kingpin? That's dumb. Spider-Man's punched the Hulk. He's punched Iron. Spider-Man can throw cars. If Daredevil can punch, I don't know. That sounds dumb. RDV. Oh, Stan Lee wrote it. Oh, hey, Stan. Who am I going to question? Stan Lee. Then that must have been old. That was 60s Spider-Man. So that makes more sense. They treated comics differently then. Ed says, that Spidey on the left is a great piece of art. Yeah, I do like this. I don't know who did this cover. Oh, it says down here at the bottom. Mike Diodato Jr. Yeah, that's a pretty sick cover. I believe this was the variant cover, which always annoys me. It always annoys me when the better cover is the variant. I guess that's the point, though. So, still annoys me. According to the Advanced Marvel RPG, his great mass is muscle, not fat. Yeah, but muscle's not shaped that way. I used to play a lot of the Advanced Marvel RPG, and they were just taking information that Marvel was shipping them anyway. That's not like they knew. Let's switch to the end. We're coming down the pipe. It's before midnight still. Look, I wrapped this one up nice and concise. How is Aunt May still alive and her Voltron must be 100 years old by now? No, Melissa, because the comics, they don't age. It's only been about 10 years in the Marvel Universe. Well, depending on which comic you talk to. But Hickman laid it out in his recent, when he did House of X and Powers of X. It's about a 10-year timeline since Moira rebooted the Marvel Universe. So, and that seems about right. So Spider-Man, well, I guess Spider-Man's actually older. So it's tough the way they do the sliding time. They're way too fast and loose with the continuity. Because I would make Spider-Man 26. And I think he's older than that. So, hey, I went to the comic store. I told you guys. I don't do my haul videos anymore. Or at least they're on hiatus. So, I picked up some comics. Yay! Have you guys been buying comics? I picked up Daredevil 24 and 25. Because I told you guys I haven't read those yet. Because I hadn't picked them up yet. I don't go to the comic book store every week because my pull list is small. And it's just like going to the comic store to pick up like a couple books. So I picked up Daredevil 24, 25 because they came out sequentially in a week's time. I got Thor number 10. Got Firepower number 6. You guys got to read Firepower. It's good. And you can join us. Have I plugged my independent stream enough? I got Undiscovered Country number 10. That's a cool indie book. And RDV, this one's kind of from you. I picked up Harley Quinn. The Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn number 1 and number 2. Because number 2 is out. So RDV kind of convinced me to give it a try. He and I had a little argument about 3 weeks ago. Little while back, and I was like, screw Harley Quinn, blah, 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 and stuff. And he was like, I'm going to try it and stuff. So I was like, all right, RDV's talking some sense. I should probably listen to him and, like be a little bit more open-minded. So I tried it out, and I was like, oh, this is better than I was expecting. And the art was better than I was expecting. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be Sean Gordon Murphy, but for not Sean Gordon Murphy, I forget who the artist is. It's let's see, Matteo Scalera. He really kind of tailored, like he kind of altered his style to look more like Sean Murphy's. It's not. I mean, it's still not Sean Gordon Murphy's art, but it feels more the style of Sean. So it really kind of fits the White Knight. And I can feel Murphy's. He did the plotting, and his wife did the writing. So I was like, oh, his wife's writing the book, but I can really feel his plotting in there. Like, it's solid. So I just want to give you some credit there, RDV. I did listen to you, and I picked up the books. I'm gonna keep getting them, and they are pretty fun. Tehilin says, if you're on hiatus, you would have enough time to watch Hunter x Hunter, to which its creator is on hiatus x hiatus. No, I don't have time to watch Hunter. I mean, I probably do, but I'd have to cut other things out. I'm not on hiatus. I'm not doing the comic haul videos because it's like drive down to the store, pick up 2 comics, then go to In-N-Out, then it's a lot of work for just nothing. And so I don't want to force it if it's not there, because then, I mean, it's already just a silly video with a burger in it. I don't want to just kind of know when to quit a little bit. RDV says, be like RDV. Melissa says, bye guys. Night Maranya. No, she's saying, never mind. Bye, Melissa. Thank you for showing up and having fun. Hopefully you had fun. And I hope to see you on the next episode, which should be Sunday night. We'll be reading the next issue of each of these books. RDV says King in Black is great. Okay. It doesn't surprise me. Absolute Carnage, the first issue of Absolute Carnage was fantastic. So I'm very much looking forward to reading the core of King in Black, but I'm just not going to buy into that stupid event. And like right now, you can buy Absolute Carnage. Well, you could when it was on sale. You could buy you could buy the entire Absolute Carnage series for less than the price of the first series. Like less, it was like $3, $3 something. I was like, I should have just done that. I think I paid like $30 for Absolute Carnage, like for all was it 5 issues? That's just too much. It's too much. You know, I'm looking online right now and I can get the hardcover criminal books, the omnibuses, hardcover for $30. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have that. RDV says Harley Quinn book 2 is fun. Harley is done so well. Good. I did enjoy the first book. It wasn't quite at White Knight level, but it was still really fun, and I like the White Knight universe or the Murphyverse. So, I feel like these books have quality. I feel like that even if it's not Sean Murphy directly doing the books, like he cares about what's going out. They're not just hacking out crap, which I feel a lot of the mainstream books seem to be doing that. So I just was opposed to it initially because it was Harley Quinn, and I never liked Harley Quinn. That's not true. I never liked the mainstream comics version of Harley Quinn. I liked her as a Joker sidekick in the Batman animated series quite a bit. I love that version of Harley Quinn. Love that character. I don't like the mainstream comic version character that's currently runs around the comics. I hate that character. Hate it. So, RDV says, did you get the Gray Ghost cover? No. No, I just got the A cover. And I didn't even stop to look at the different cover. Damn it. Oh, well. I'm kind of that way anyway. Like, I like to have all my covers match. So if I get A covers, I want all of them to be A covers. Oh, well. TLM says, yes, Ash prefers Elseworlds DC Comics. Well, I don't prefer Elseworlds. I prefer mainstream. But if an Elseworld comic is written better than the mainstream comic, I'm not going to say that it's not because I prefer the mainstream continuity books. You know, I wish White Knight was continuity. I wish it wasn't Elseworlds. But that's the way that it is. RDV says, I'm going to sell that cover. Oh, why are you going to sell it? Telam says, maybe next time Gotham by Gaslight. Gotham by Gaslight is on a list. I have never read it. I hear it's one of the better all-time, Batman comics. So that should get around. I've just been having a hard time sitting down and just reading, and I've really always had a problem with that. To be truthful, I love good stories. I love reading a good novel, but I just have a very hard time sitting down and getting into it's. Once I'm doing it, I love it, but it's the act of stopping what I'm doing to be like, okay, it's reading time. I just go, I'll do that later. I'll do it later. Next thing I know, 3 weeks have gone by and I haven't read any comics. I'm going to keep buying them. That's just how I am. And then I'll go on binges and stuff. Ed says, if folks want it to be canon, it will be. Ask Killing Joke. No, it won't be canon. White Knight is way out of the canon. Killing Joke. The Killing Joke was a kind of a canon story as it was. Killing Joke was like Dark Knight Returns. When Dark Knight Returns was written and originally published, DC wasn't like, this is out of continuity. It was very much like what DC's doing today with Future State. right? Where DC's like, this is the future of DC. Dark Knight Returns was the same thing. It was like published like, here's the future of Batman. Here's Batman's future. It was only later that DC was like, that's not really continuity. It's right? Because they don't want to, they always do that with future stories because they never want to commit to what they did years ago. New editors are on, so that's the problem with this whole future state thing is I don't think they're not going to commit to that. They're going to commit to it for the short term, but later on, new people will get hired and they'll look at it and be like, that future state was dumb. Why are we sticking to that? Let's see. The only alternate cover I want for my collection is the non-metallic version of Iron Man 300 Volume 1. I have an alternate cover for Bendis #1 of his first run on the book. I want all the alternate covers for the Hawkman, the Venditti Hawkman run. That's what I want. I'm really annoyed because I was getting all the alternate covers, and then DC switched to that whole, we're charging you an extra $1 for the B cover because it's on cardstock now. And I was like, F you, DC. So I switched all my comics. I'm not paying an extra $1 because every DC book I was getting the B covers. And I was like, nope, I'm not paying any extra $1. It's bullshit. Well, I think it only lasted like a month or two before they like went back to charging $1 for the Hawkman. They only charge the extra $1 for like the big selling books like Batman. But Hawkman and some of the other lower selling titles, they went back to the normal $3.99 price. But by then I'd already switched to the main covers and I was like, I'm not going back. So I just stuck to the mains. But then every month I would see like I'd be like, damn it, I want that cover. Damn it, I want that cover. So, yeah. Maybe in the future I'll find them in the dollar bins and collect them because they're really cool, and that's a cool series to have. I do have all the alternate covers to White Knight because that's the only comic where I bought multiple copies of. I have 2 copies of each one because I love that book that much, and I think that's why I dropped my DC, because you should love your books that much. That's what it used to be when I used to collect back in the 80s and 90s. I was super excited. Like I treasured my X-Men books. I mean, I didn't just buy them and enjoy them. Like I was a fan. Like I loved those books. When Wildcats came out, I spent like $50 buying the special store only copy. They gave like these gold foil covers to, like, I guess they were like one per store. And so I was working at the store at the time, and my store got one, and I was like, yo, how much? I want this book. Like, how much? And he was like $50. I was like, oh, I think I was like my early 20s. I think I might have been like 21. And I was like, nope. I love Wildcats. To this day, I still love Wildcat. Like, I was a fan. I was excited. I had enthusiasm about the books. White Knight is a book that I'm enthusiastic about. Like, I went and found a copy of the New York Comic Con special, edition cover of the first White Knight. So I have that, in a top loader, and it's all nice, like foil cover. It's beautiful. I don't like to do that very often, but if it's something that is special to me, I will go a little bit extra out of my way. And that's what every book should be. It shouldn't just be like, oh, this book's out, I'm buying it. Like, I can see why so many people want to wait on the trade or pirate or anything, because they're just like, I'm a fan of Batman. And the Batman books are solid, but they're not amazing. They should, like, White Knight is amazing. It's genuinely amazing to me. So, looks like chat's dying down. I haven't got anything for a while. But yeah, Ed, Killing Joke, I believe, was one of those things, too, where they kind of just threw it out there, and it was like, this could be canon, it could not be canon, we don't know. We reserve the right to yank that anytime. but they never did because obviously it's a great and there's no reason to cut it. But White Knight is just too divergent. It doesn't fit. What they could do is give the Murphyverse its own designation, right? Like Earth, whatever, some number, Earth 40. And that it could be that. And then that would allow the Murphyverse to cross over with the normal DC universe, which in a sense does make it canon. So I guess maybe they could do that. Computer Robot says, bye, guys. Well, you never said hi. Good to see you, Computer Robots. I guess he's out of here. Must have been just lurking in the background. That's fine. You don't have to chat. I do like to see you guys chat, though, because it lets me interact with you. Skip is still here, so that gives me some heart. He says later. So I think I'm going to call this one a night. It's just after midnight my time. Nice 2-hour stream. I appreciate you guys all being here. I hope you got good comics. I got good comics. Skip, since you're still here, we need to hook up, talk sometime. So, yeah, whenever, just get in touch with me. You know how to get a hold of me. Get in touch with me when we can just hook up and chat about some things. I know it's probably late for you. You got to get up tomorrow or whatever, but maybe tomorrow or this weekend. Oh, you got a funeral. I'm sorry. Well, if you can squeeze me in somewhere, we don't have to talk tons of time, but I wanted to chat at you for some things that just are a pain in the ass to like text over, so my condolences, and I hate to end a stream that way, but may your weekend go well. May everyone else's weekend go well. And I hope to see you guys on Sunday. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Same Ash time, same Ash channel. I almost screwed that up. God, I suck.